I, 28 female, fell out of love with my husband, 30 male. After 2 weeks of being separated, what now? I moved out after living with my husband for 8 years, being married for 3, and dating for 13. I realized he had been emotionally and verbally abusing me. I got diagnosed with CPTSD, and I decided no amount of change on his end could heal it with me living with him. I've only been out of the house for 2 weeks, and I'm realizing several things. 1. I'm not in love anymore, and how long I've been feeling this way. 2. No part of me wants to go back to him. I don't miss him. 3. I'm going to have to completely break his heart soon. Part of me coming to these realizations is that he hasn't respected my boundaries at all in these 2 weeks. He has gone to our friends to complain about me, and he has been sending manipulative messages, even making my aunt's funeral about him being hurt. I didn't invite him. We have couples therapy scheduled for the end of the month, and I'm waiting to see how I feel then. But I think I can confidently say my marriage is over, and we aren't just separated. How do I tell him that he's done nothing but push me away, and that I don't want to try reconciling? Question. Why do you care if you hurt him? You don't love him anymore, and he abused you, so you said. Stop responding to his messages/calls, but keep them for future use, and file for divorce. He abused you for 13 years. Don't give him a second more. 25M, Christian, with 25F, Muslim, 12-year relationship, and her parents are arranging marriage. We're worried about her safety. Hi everyone. I'm 25M, and my girlfriend is 25F. We've been together for 12 years. We're both working professionals and financially independent. She's Muslim and I'm Christian. Her parents are extremely strict and completely against interfaith marriages. Recently, they've started actively searching for a groom for her through matrimonial sites and are contacting potential matches. They don't know about our relationship. The most serious concern is that her parents can be aggressive. We genuinely fear that if they find out about us, they might hurt her physically. That's not an exaggeration, it's a real worry, which makes everything much more complicated. On my side, I've told my parents. They're about 50-50, not fully supportive, not fully against it, but hesitant about an interfaith marriage. After 12 years together, this isn't something casual for us. But the arranged marriage process has already started, and the pressure is increasing. We're confused about the safest and most practical way forward. Is it even safe to tell her parents? Should we focus on her moving out first? Should we consider legal marriage before telling them? How do couples handle situations where there's a real fear of violence? We feel stuck and overwhelmed. Any advice, especially from people who've navigated strict family or interfaith situations, would really help. What country are you in? Gerher moved out now. Apply for jobs in other cities. Get ready to run away with her. They can and will kill her when they find out their daughter has had a relationship for 12 years. I can't figure out how they've kept it from her parents since they were 13 years old. What do I, 23F, say when my coworker, 44M, asks me if I'm wearing a wig? I'm a black woman who has had very thick, curly natural hair my entire life. It's very long and can be time-consuming for me to take care of. Not saying afro hair is difficult. It's just a lot for me. I used to spend 2.5 days washing, blow-drying, and braiding my hair. My life has gotten very busy with school and work, and I just don't have the time to do this anymore, unfortunately. I also don't have the money to pay a hairstylist. I was planning to cut my hair, but decided to try out wearing wigs as a last-ditch effort before I chop it all off, lol. The wigs I bought are very easy to install and remove, and look very similar to my natural, afro-textured hair. My coworkers have only ever seen me in braids/twists, so I was expecting comments when I wore the wig. But most of them have been really nice. Majority assume it's my real hair and just say how much they love it. I say thanks and that's that. I do have one coworker that asked if it's real. I dodged the question, but then she started asking what products I use on it and my whole styling routine. We got interrupted and the convo ended before I could answer. But I'm wondering what I should have said. I don't want to lie that it's real because it's not. But I'm also the only black woman in the office, and I know many of these well-meaning white ladies would not understand why I'm wearing a wig, and just make assumptions based on stereotypes. If it was a friend or a date, I'd have no issue saying it's fake. But when one person at the office knows, they all do. I just don't want my hair becoming a topic of conversation, especially when they are all going to be speaking about it from a place of ignorance, even though they may mean well. What are your thoughts? Edit. The coworker is a woman. Title is a typo, sorry. Her. Hey, are you wearing a wig? OPY. Want to trade? If she's genuinely a well-meaning, white lady, pointing out that interrogating the only black woman in the office about her hair is a bad look really ought to be enough to get her to back off. Will you wear wigs? My 25F GF 25F cheated on me on a family trip on Valentine's Day. I honestly hate that I'm making this post. I never thought I'd be in this position again. Me and my GF, my mom, and my sister took a trip to Rocky Point to celebrate my sister's 18th birthday and Valentine's Day. The day started off great. We got a drink at the hotel, and then went into town to grab lunch. We had 2 drinks at lunch, and then went to one of their party boats that has an open bar that cruises the bay. We consumed a lot of alcohol, I'll admit that, at least 5 shots and 3-4 mixed drinks for her. The boat ended, we got off, and as we walked to the car my sister started talking to a guy her age. She's 18F. And gets his number. We get to our hotel and start getting ready, relaxing, and taking in the beautiful view. Me and my girlfriend are flirting, happy, kissing, having a good time. Then my sister calls and says the boy she met earlier and his friends are there to go out with us. We end up going out to one bar and one club. At this bar my sister is kind of annoyed with the guy she invited. She's not vibing with him and in a mood. As we leave we each take 2 shots before stopping at the OXXO, convenience store, and grabbing a drink each. I notice my girlfriend talking to the guy my sister invited and giggling a bit. They both speak Spanish, and I assumed they were connecting over that. No problem. I didn't feel threatened by this 19-year-old boy. My first mistake. It all starts going downhill at the next bar we go to. The waiter gives us multiple free shots. We get mixed drinks. My sister and I are dancing with the guy she invited. No touching or grinding, just friendly dancing. A few minutes later my girlfriend says she's going to the bathroom to pee. I start chatting with my mom and the guy's friends, and he starts telling me that I should be worried about the guy and my GF. I go to the bathroom and find him holding her at the hips and they're making out. Her eyes widen as she sees me, and I start crying. She tells me she went to the bathroom, and he walked in, and they just started kissing. She swears it wasn't premeditated. Since then she has apologized and promised it to never happen again. She said she was spiraling because she lost her job the day prior and has never had that happen. I'm honestly at a loss on what to do. I feel angry, betrayed, hurt, and confused. She wants to work things out and prove her loyalty, but if that's the right decision, would you guys believe her or be able to move on after this? Too long did not read. My 25F girlfriend, 25F, cheated on me at a club in the bathroom with a guy. Breakup. I've been through this, and all the promises are just lies to string you along while they keep cheating. It'll drive you crazy to keep up. Time to move on. She fucked up and cheated. Doesn't matter that there was alcohol involved. Move on.